Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Have you ever thought, you know what I really want to watch today on YouTube? I want to watch a second-hand car dealer from Stockport buy a scruffy old Jeep Cherokee on a miserable rainy day. Well folks, today is your lucky day because that's exactly what's happening. I got a call the other day from a contact at a local main dealer and they'd just taken in part exchange this 2007 Jeep Cherokee 2.7 CRD. And because I buy my cars in bulk and I don't want to burn my bridges, I just agreed to buy it, as I do with all cars. Some are very good, some are very bad, as you've seen, but most are okay, so I just say yes to everything and then worry about it afterwards. Now I've paid just £500 for this car, so I'm not too concerned. I can't really go wrong with 500 quid, can I? Can I? I haven't actually seen it yet. I didn't want to ruin the surprise, so I thought today you could join me and we could go and have a look around this car together. How does that sound? How bad can it be? Right, I'll see you there. Well, we're here. What am I going to do with this? It's from the northeast originally. It's a late 2003 53. The tyres look bald from here. Needs a very good clean. This has been owned by somebody a bit horsey. It's just been a farm car, I guess. Doesn't look like somebody's pride and joy. Got lots of black electrical tape holding the wing mirrors together. Lovely. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with this. Headlamps could do with a polish. Usual stuff, really. It's got an Oldham Athletic tax disc holder. I bought Grandad Robert's car, haven't I? Or his son Elvis. Meat pie, sausage roll. Come on, Oldham, give us a goal. Right. May as well check this out using Car Vertical, hadn't I? See if there's anything untoward. It's really important that you do one of these checks before you buy a used car or motorbike. It's really easy to use. All you do is go to carvertical.com, type in the vehicle reg or VIN. In this case it is November Victor 53 Yankee Hotel November. There we go. This will tell us whether it's ever been stolen, written off, had a mileage rollback, or has outstanding finance on it. If you want to do one of these checks for yourself, and I urge you to do so before you hand over any cash for a used car or motorbike, use my promo code HIGHPEAK and you get 10% off each and every check that you do. Alternatively, click the link below in the video description for your 10% off. It's clever this because it works in 35 different countries, so it checks millions of cars across dozens of databases. And just like that, it's ready. So this is a Jeep Cherokee. You just know the previous owners referred to it as a Cherokee, don't you? Jeep Cherokee. Theft, it's never been stolen. The odometer's fine, it's never been clocked. There's no outstanding finance. Relief. And it's never been involved in any recorded accidents. Now the mileage isn't too high. So the last recorded mileage was 103,806. It's not high, is it really, for a car of that age? And it's only done about 1,500, 2,000 miles a year. That's weird. This has just been used, hasn't it, to take someone's sick horse to the farrier or wherever you take a sick horse. Surely not. The average market price for such a vehicle is £3,000. There was me thinking I'm just gonna scrap this thing, but might be worth £3 grand. Who'd have thought it? It'll be low road tax because it's pre-2006. It's all-wheel drive, right-hand drive, and it's a 2.7 diesel. Okie dokie, right. So the ownership changed in 2012. That makes sense because from 2012 onwards, that's when the mileage went quite low. Yeah, that makes sense. Of course, in the US, this model's known as the Jeep Liberty, which I always thought was ironic because the last thing these Jeeps gave you was any liberty. I found them to be quite unreliable over the years. Been better off calling it the Jeep Confined, or the Jeep Stranded. Maybe that'd be better. Oh, we got a corner. Got that tongue stuck in my head now. Right, feast your eyes on this little rust bucket. On the bright side, we've got, I feel like a jailer. Got keys galore. I don't know what some of these are for even. So we've got a very heavily corroded alloy, a scruffy looking worn brake disc. The tyre is a front 4 full run. I've literally never heard of that. It's on about 4 mil of tread though, and it is from 2022. Not an old tyre, is it? This is slightly concerning. The fact that, oh dear. Yeah, I think we'll put that back. I don't think this is a £3 car, to be honest, but we'll see. Oh, it's a sport. I tell you what, I don't mess around, do I? I don't buy rubbish. On the front, oh, we've got another front four, a front four full run. Lovely, made in China. What a surprise. This is from 2019 and it is on about 3 mil of tread. Got lots of black electrical tape there, holding the mirror in place. MAS Limited, Oldham postcode. Got all the brake dust on that. This looks ancient. Look at the wear on the sidewall. I can't even see if this is a front four or not. Where's my front four badge? This is from 2019 as well. This has been curbed, hasn't it? Curbed so much that you can't even see that it's a front four. Oldham, Athletics. Another rotten sill there that someone's painted with some silver hammerite, and then they've welded in a patch here, or whatever. Very neat job that, isn't it? Attention to details, second to none. Got lots of moss and stuff growing everywhere like a shed roof. This, I think, with a quick wash, would look tons better. Yeah, somebody definitely can't parallel park. You can just faintly see the front four sign. This era of Jeep has got a fuel filler door thing that you need the key to unlock. Remember that? I've had loads of these over the years. I last had a 3.7 V6 that was quite unreliable. I remember sending the customer that bought that a bunch of flowers as an apology because they had to pay well, I paid the repair bill, but I sent the flowers just for the inconvenience really because I'm a good egg. It was supplied by John Gill Limited, Bedale, Harrogate and York, Chrysler. It's the 2.7 CRD. Ah, this will have the split folding tailgate, yeah, tailgate hatch thing, won't it? It's not so clever, is it? Let's have a look inside then, shall we? Daimler Chrysler there. Hallmark of quality. Ah, remote locking works. Right. We've got a worn seat. Some sort of rubber trim here off something. We've got Oldham Athletic mats. I'll take the value down a tad, won't it? Right-hand drive Jeeps, generally, especially this era, have got this huge sort of transmission tunnel there, so you've got nowhere for your left leg. I often found that to be annoying. Right, it's automatic. That's quite good news. The manuals are a pain to use. I'm surprised actually it doesn't smell too badly, because to look at it you'd think it would stink. Oh, 26 pence. There's money everywhere, isn't there? All you need to do is look. Sounds the highest quality, doesn't it? Right, service book then, let's have a look. Now off memory, these were in the back of the owner's manual, weren't they? So we've got warranty info. So a bit like Renault, the service stamp, there we go, look at this, I know my onions. John Gill Jeep, grams of Colne. So this has been done at 50, 55, 67, Queen Anne Service Centre in Oldham, 67, and then another one at 80, and it is done. Well, the last MOT had done 103 something, hadn't it? Right. Well, it's filthy. It's gross, actually, but it doesn't smell. So, thank heaven for small mercies, as they say. Eject CD, no. You need the power on for that. Oh, look at that. That's a lot of rust, isn't it? Don't think you're supposed to be able to do that. What a bucket. What an absolute American engineering there. Saying that, I better keep my mouth shut. British engineering isn't much better, is it? We've got lots of rubbish. Some worryingly stained seats there. I don't even want to touch what that is. I think it's some sort of, don't know. Don't like to think. Some sort of rude daubings here. We've got W-A-T. Watt. Just grateful there isn't another letter on top there. Right, we've got a mini roll. They're good, I approve of those. Window switches there, how unusual. I forgot about that. This isn't a £3 car, I'll tell you that for now. Let's have a look under the bonnet. Or the hood, as they're saying in the States. That's the heaviest bonnet I've ever... Oh yeah, that's why, because the struts are broken. Lovely stuff. PowerTech direct injection. CRD, common rail diesel. Don't make them like this anymore, do they? Thankfully. This 5-cylinder turbo diesel is one of the noisiest engines ever made. Right, well, don't really know what I'm looking for under here. Just looking for anything obvious, any obvious leaks, any frayed belts. But apart from it being covered in dust, all actually looks okay. Mind your fingers. Jesus, car's falling to pieces. Should we fire up? I'm just going to shut this door. This reminds me actually, many years ago I was selling a 300 series Discovery, a P-Reg I think it was, 300 TDI, and I was selling it for something like $795. It was just a cheap part exchange, so I advertised it Partex to clear. The guy came to look at it, and he said something like, "Oh, I can tell it's been looked after. I can tell." No, this is what he said. "I can tell it's been pampered." And as he shut the door like that, a load of rust just dropped down the side. Anyway, he still bought it. What do you want for £700, I suppose? Okay then. Will she start? Trans temp. It's done 105,515. My radio is set to radio 2. I was trying to recognise what that song was. Don't know. Oh, typical American car. Beeping and bonging for everything. Right, try this again. Glow plug. Oh yeah. Is it on? I can barely hear it. What a creamy, smooth engine this is. Why are you beeping now? What's the problem? Got a tombola ticket there. Oh dear, that didn't sound good, did it? I'm going to try to engage the aircon. Is there a CD in here? Do I need that on? No CD. I quite like American cars of this era, only because I quite like the fact that they don't have them on this. Usually they've got volume buttons here behind the steering wheel, which is quite handy. I also like the fact that you can switch on all the interior lights from this stalk, so that dims the clock, but if you turn it one more time, all the lights come on, which I think is quite a handy little feature. Oh, perform service. I also quite like this little display up here. So, for example, you've got a compass there, temperature, obviously in Fahrenheit, 0 miles to service, 17 to the gallon. It's not great, is it? 48 miles to empty. I just quite like this. I don't really know why. You can reset the service lights, all that sort of stuff. Very good. I don't know why the Americans are so obsessed with compass directions. It's like whenever you're lost in America, you stop and ask somebody for directions. They always say, "Oh yeah, you got to head west on Lancashire." I don't know what that means. Just tell me, do I need to go left or right? It's like when you stop and ask for directions in the UK, it's like, okay, well, keep going until you get to the Bull's Head, then turn left. If you get to the Crown and Anchor, you've gone too far. They're the sorts of directions that people lead. Not all this head west, head east business. What else can I show you then? So, I'd forgotten about this. This is always quite confusing. As you're driving this, you'd assume that would be the window button, wouldn't you? But it isn't. It's the door lock switch. Your window switches are down there, which is the last place you'd look. 1 works, 2, 3, 4. Look at this quality. An overdrive button, I think, have we? Oh yeah, look at that. OD off. Been smoked in. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this. Still, £500, I can't really go wrong, can I? 500 quid. Just spotted, we've got some... Admit to executive car park. Exec. Turning up in this 20-year-old Jeep Cherokee. I don't think my power mirrors are going to work with all this tape. Should we try them? Oh, they still work. That's quite a handy, you know, as much as I mock, I quite like the fact that you can just bring them in a little bit. Usually when you fold mirrors in, they're either in or they're out, but with this you can just do it a little bit. I like that. Of course that one's not working at all, but 1 out of 2 isn't bad, is it? Shall we? In fact, we've not had a look in the boot, have we? Oh dear, it was a bit of a thud, wasn't it? You've got this slider here as well to indicate which gear you're in. Let's pull it forward a tad and then we'll have a look in the boot. Oh, handbrake doesn't work. Ah, right. So that opens there like that, but the struts are a bit limp. Yep. And then this opens sideways. It's quite good actually. Right, we've got a dirty bag here, which I think has got a tow bar in it. Yep. Oh, you know what? That's never been used. Maybe this hasn't been a horsey car. You know what? I bet I'd get a couple £100 off eBay for that. Brand new Jeep tow bar. Parcel shelf. That's worth £50. Got a stick here. I think this has been used to either prop up that or prop up the bonnet. That's what I think this whole piece of skirting board's in there for. The joys. Right, let's go and drive this piece of American quality. I'd forgotten that as well. That's how you get the spare wheel off. You've got to get a wheel brace, turn the nuts, but it's under that. That might be quite good if you go through any speed cameras. You could just sort of lift that up, couldn't you? Saying that, this 160 horsepower engine, I don't think is capable of setting off that many speed cameras. Oh, we've got Bosch wiper blades. Never force anything. Nice and gentle. Right, are you ready for this? I cannot wait. Meat pie, sausage roll, come on. Well, so far, I'll tell you what, this old 2.7 fly. The old 2.7 flies. There was a guy then getting out of an E-Class Mercedes just as I stung it, and now I can't see him. Like some sort of James Bond style smoke screen. All I could see was that he looked back to give me a filthy look. The steering will be very vague on this. That could be my front 4 tyres, to be fair. Where do these Chinese companies get the names from? Front 4. I've got a little red LED light. It's not flashing, it's on all the time. I don't know why that's on. I'm assuming it's to indicate a fault. We've got a bit of a wheel bearing noise, or a diff noise, or tyre noise, or all three. It's pulling massively to the left. We've got some creaks from the rear window. Lots of grumbles. The engine does feel quite strong though, joking apart. I also like the fact that on this radio you can just adjust the bass or the treble very easily with a flick of a switch. What shall I do with this then? What should I do? I don't have a boat, so I can't use it as an anchor, can I? I think what I'm going to have to do first is take it to the car wash, leave it for a mini valet, get them to clean it and vacuum out the interior and try and make it a little less gross. Then all that rust around the sills and stuff, this is never going to pass an MOT, I'm fairly sure of that. But I could, just for the sake of this video, run it to my mechanics and get them to check it over, see what they find. That might be entertaining, mightn't it? I had it in my mind that this was a really sluggish engine, and it doesn't feel sluggish, it actually feels quite nippy. I don't know if that's because I just played it down so much in my mind that I was expecting it to move at a snail's pace, and it doesn't. Or it might have been chipped. I think that's a wheel bearing noise. Oof. Maybe don't put it into neutral and then thud it back into drive while you're moving. Yeah, I think that's a wheel bearing noise. Well, it actually drives all right. We're heading east, in case you're wondering, and it's 61 degrees in July. 61. Right, I can't really tell you much more about it, can I? My brakes work. It drives all right. It actually drives better than I was expecting. Feel the power. Oh. Oh. I've just lost the Seat Ibiza that was behind me. Right, let me go and take this for a wash and I'll catch up with you later on. This will keep my mechanic busy, won't it, for a little while? See you in a bit. Right, guys, well, I've got an update for you on the Jeep Cherokee. You can probably tell from my expression, it isn't good news. After we last spoke, I took it down to the car wash because it was filthy inside and out. Left it there for a mini valet. When I picked it up, it actually looked quite tidy. Well, quite. Work with me here, guys. So then I took it down to my mechanics and asked them to do a general check over and try and MOT it. And about 2 or 3 weeks passed, and to be honest, I completely forgot about it. I've got loads of cars up in the air at the moment, and I've just forgotten about that Cherokee. Anyway, on one particularly bad day, my mechanic called me with a load of bad news. It was just one of those phone calls that I always dread, but occasionally it happens. Hi, Matt, you know that TT you dropped off? Yes. It needs 2 sills, a full exhaust system. Oh, also while I'm on, the Discovery, yeah, that needs an air suspension put, right, okay. Oh, and also your Mercedes needs it, right, okay. It was just one of those days. And the final part, before I hung up, she said, oh, Matt, by the way, that Jeep. I was thinking, can't remember a Jeep. Which Jeep do you mean? Oh, that Cherokee. Thinking, I literally can't remember. NV53Y. Okay, yeah, I know which one you mean. Is it ready to pick up? Not quite. She said, how far do you want to go with it? Now, I kind of knew that it would be rusty. So I said, well, what's wrong with it? She said, well, we'll get it up on the ramp, and the chassis is a bit, well, have you ever seen a piece of Swiss cheese? So I thought, right, yeah, okay, I know exactly what you mean. It is as rotten as a pear, which is kind of what I predicted. So now I'm not really sure what to do with it. It's too expensive to scrap. It still runs and drives. Let me go and show you around it briefly. Okay then. There she is. So it did actually clean up all right. I mean, it's a bit dirty again from being down on this country road, but I was quite pleased with how well it cleaned up. Especially the inside, because if you remember, the inside was horrendous. There we go. Yeah, I mean, it's quite clean, isn't it? What do I do with it now? What do I do? I mean, that wheel arch isn't even that rusty, is it? It was just, all the underneath of it is just apparently too far gone. Let's see the other side, shall we? This was the side with the terrible wheel arch. Difficult to tell without it being up on a ramp, isn't it? Oh yeah, I'd forgotten about those sills. They're not good, are they? So I kind of knew that it wouldn't ever make a nice retail car, but I was hoping it would pass an MOT. So what do I do now? Right, well, I'm just checking the online MOT history for it. So, on the 7th of August, it failed its MOT. Front windscreen washer not working, major. Near side rear brake disc significantly and obviously worn, major. Near side rear brake excessively binding, major. Near side rear suspension arm corroded and seriously weakened. Major. Offside rear vehicle structure or chassis has excessive corrosion, seriously affecting its strength within 30 centimetres of a body mounting wheel arch seatbelt bolting point. It's a mouthful, isn't it? Major. Offside vehicle structure or chassis has it. Repeat. Okay, they're all the majors. Then we've got some minor defects as well. It's not all bad. Offside rear registration plate lamp inoperative. Okay. Then we've got some advisories. This really was a nail, wasn't it? Central exhaust hanger corroded, insecure. Near side front brake disc worn, pitted or scored, but not seriously weakened. Offside front brake disc, pitted, scored, okay. Oil leak, but not excessive. Rear brake pads wearing thin. Right, well that is quite a fail, isn't it? Now, it's been parked up here for a few days and I've been meaning to finish this video, but I just didn't know what to do with the car. Oh, she fired up. You know, it's not all that bad, is it? I've driven worse. Why are you beeping? Typical Yank car, isn't it? So I'm not really sure what to do with it. What I was thinking of, in fact, let me turn it off, it's making a right racket. Diesel engines. Give me my key back. There we go. Got it. What I was thinking of doing was perhaps taking this off-road. I don't just like... I'm not going to spend the money that this needs to get back on the road. That would be a complete waste of time and money. But if I could find some sort of off-road circuit for it, maybe I could have some fun in it before I eventually scrap it. Let me know in the comments below what you do, or if you know of any off-road circuits in this area, because I don't really know of any. But I would have to trailer it there because it's not roadworthy anymore, and then go and give it a good thrashing. It might be quite a good day out, that, mightn't it? Could always film it as well. So yeah, let me know what you do below in the comments, and also if you have any recommendations, let me know. Oh, I thought that was a rat. It's a squirrel. Right, I'm going to get out of here then. Thank you once again for watching. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done already. Check me out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. I don't do any silly dance routines, by the way. It's just clips from YouTube. What else can I tell you? This might have been a complete waste of time, but if I could make another video, perhaps off-roading it and, you know, all that sort of stuff, might be quite good fun. So, oh, I've just found 26 pence. It's not all bad news, is it? Hopefully the next one is a bit more profitable. Cheers, guys. See you later.